Okay, we have our guitar strum. We have our guitar arpeggio. We have 8 measures of drums. Now it's time to put in our 808. I'm gonna going back and forth. I am gonna just mute my guitar. I'm gonna work on the drums in 808. I'm gonna leave the drums starting at measure 1. I just don't want to hear this because it gets confusing. It doesn't get confusing. It's just out of the arrangement, the way that I'm putting it together. I'm creating a cover. I'm just putting in the dots and the notes, as opposed to kind of being moved by the music at this point. I'm going to hit Control and the plus sign. Right now, my guitar is highlighted, both in terms of showing me the notes and the pencil. We want to be on the 808. It's very loud. I'm not going to turn it down per se, but I do want to change the release time. That's really, really long at 25,000 milliseconds. So I'm going to bring it to 1.5K. That's better, I think. All right, let's get back to business. Now I'm selected the drums. I'm actually going to leave the drums up because I think that's important to there's a concept to understand. But I'm going to change my pencil to 808. How do I leave the drums up? It's this dot here. All right, as long as my pencil remains on the 808, that's what I'm going to be drawing in. But what I see is everything here. All right, so what are the notes? My first 808 note is A flat in the second octave. A flat in the second octave. Boom. BB. I'm not going to look back at that right now. I'm just going to put it in. Actually, I can tell you where it goes right away. The relationship, because we already have a kick drum. Some might argue there isn't really a kick drum in the song, but 808 is a combination of kick and snare. Kick and bass. So when we're moving notes, that's the bass in it. And when we are looking at where the kick hits, that is the kick in it. So I'm looking at these kick drums telling me where to put that. G flat, G flat. I'm going to go right there, and then we're going to go to E, which must be over here. Let's hear it. All right, that is basically it, except, so we can duplicate that, so we have most of it already. Let's look at the drums and see what happens differently here. I have added 2 more 16th notes in the kick drum. All right, and that becomes a duplicate. That does not really change. I lied. It does not happen every time. That was kind of ridiculous. All right, so it happens. There we go. Got him here. All right, so it's really only in the fourth. Oh, you know why that's doing that? Silly people. I didn't actually make a mistake. I did, but not by what I was doing. I had mirrored MIDI editing on. Interesting that we learn things and we still make mistakes all these years later. So I'm going to turn this off so that I can take these extras out of the first There you go. Now I can duplicate it, and it is correct. Now, I'm going to highlight all the drums and the 808, and I'm going to have them actually start where they start, which is measure 9. So really it's an 8-measure intro with the strums and then 4 measures of arpeggio. Let's listen to what you'll be turning in today. So I'm going to highlight the strum. I didn't have to highlight everything, but I'm going to highlight the strum through the first loop of drums. I actually think that was valuable to see. I make mistakes all the time, but to see what mirrored MIDI editing does in case it's a likely mistake we'd all make. All right, talk to you later.